Welcome to Seed to Life. I hope you're doing well and keeping safe. The Queen of Herbs Shatavari, an ancient female tonic. Shatavari is known as the Queen of Herbs, one with 100 husbands, is the literal meaning of this ancient medicinal herb Shatavari. Even though now it is one of the popular cash crops and raw materials to make Ayurvedic medicines, it is originally a wild plant that grew throughout India, the Himalayas, and Australia. In Sanskrit, Shata means 100 and Var means husband. Do you wonder why Shatavari or Asparagus racemose is called by this name? It is believed to be a powerful female tonic that can help with all those monthly period related problems, fertility issues, and is a strong galactagogue. And that is the reason it is known as the Queen of Herbs. Let's find out more about this ancient medicine. Let's begin. The botanical name of Shatavari is Asparagus racemose. It is famously known by names Shatavari or Satavari, Satmuli or Shatamuli. I have already mentioned what Shatavari means, but Shatamuli means with 100 roots. It is probably due to its extensive root system. These roots make these plants so valuable. The powder of these roots is used in various health products for women. But other than being a female tonic, it also has several other uses as a traditional medicine. I remember in India, Shatavari was commonly used for healthy female reproductive system. As a traditional medicine, Shatavari is believed to cure women's fertility problems. The root extracts are used as galactagogue, which means it increases milk supply. Taking Ayurvedic formulations containing Shatavari roots is believed to relieve period related pain and reduce PMS symptoms. Some of the general health benefits are as follows. The root powder is also known to heal gastric ulcers without inhibiting gastric secretions and improve digestive health. Root extract is believed to be effective in reducing cough. According to some researchers, Shatavari is believed to boost immunity. There are many more perceived health benefits of Shatavari. And most importantly, all these benefits are claimed to be without any side effects. However, I also found some contrasting claims. According to a former organic chemist, Martinez from Yale University, the chemical composition of Shatavari is similar to steroids and could possibly have a negative effect on the immune system. But then I also found that there are researchers who are willing to believe in some of these health benefits of this ancient herb. For hundreds and thousands of years, Shatavari has managed to stay as a popular traditional medicine. So I think it must have some medicinal properties. Now, the way the herbal medicines are prepared and dispensed also could affect the effectiveness of this drug made from Shatavari. That definitely needs more exploration. Like many other medicines, it is possible to get allergic reactions or rashes if this medicine doesn't suit you. Now let's find out how to grow Shatavari in your home garden. Appearance wise, Shatavari plants look very similar to asparagus vegetable and some other decorative plants such as asparagus ferns. Unlike some other asparagus ferns, Shatavari has thorns on the stems. I have these two Shatavari plants and both have thorns. I purchased the seeds from two different sellers and you can see the leaves are slightly different. One of these plants is growing vigorously. Shatavari plants grow well in hot, humid tropical climates. However, they are pretty hardy and can tolerate temperatures between 5 to 40 degrees Celsius or 41 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm growing these plants in zone 8 and they were unaffected by the hot temperatures of summer, which is very good because summer in my region is always extreme. As these plants are grown mainly for their roots, the soil should be well draining and it should be a loamy mix. The optimal pH is between 6 to 8. That way the roots will grow uninhibited. But the plant is not at all demanding, so it will survive in most soils except clay soils. If the weather allows, it is better to grow these plants directly in the ground. The approximate spacing is 2 feet. I started these plants in late summer, so for now I'm planning to keep them potted so that it is easy to protect them during harsh winter months. This is the first time I'm growing these plants, so I'm not sure how bad the weather will get during this winter and how the plants will react to that. As I mentioned earlier, Shatavari plants grow well in hot climates. They are hardy in USDA zones 9 and above. If you stay in colder climate, then you can start the seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost date and transplant the seedlings in prepared soil outdoors as the spring season starts. Germination time is approximately 10 to 20 days. The leaves are thready and plants show excessive branching that starts right from the bottom. The plant is a creeper and needs support or falls down. The stems are slender. Shatavari flowers are tiny white in color. Flowers bloom in the month of July. They grow in groups and when fertilized produce tiny red berries similar to that of ashwagandha. Seeds are tiny black in color and they are smooth in texture. A regular application of a well balanced fertilizer helps Shatavari plants grow bigger roots. In India, these Shatavari plants are started between June to October and the harvest occurs after 2 years in the months of April or May. This long seed to harvest time is similar to that of other garden asparagus vegetables. Shatavari plants are propagated mainly from seeds. It is very easy to grow them that way. You can soak the seeds in water before sowing or direct sow them. Usually seeds germinate without any problems. I am not sure if one can grow the plants from roots alone. But I have an asparagus like house plant and I split that plant to grow more plants. So I guess you can do that with Shatavari too. The roots of Shatavari plant grow in clumps. They are 15 to 20 centimeters in length and the roots are harvested after 20 to 24 months. They are boiled, peeled and then dried to get the dried roots. These roots are then used in various medicinal formulations. I still have time to see the blooms and harvest the medicinal roots. But till that time, I hope you find this information useful. A big thanks to you for watching my videos and supporting my channel Seed to Life. Please click subscribe for more such videos and updates. Click the bell icon to get notified about future videos and feel free to reach out to me through comments, Facebook, Twitter or Instagram if you have any questions. I am posting the links in the description. I would love to hear your suggestions and would like to know the news of your garden. Happy gardening. Thank you again. See you soon.